All right, we got a good topic today. So the friend zone, this is something that was very real in my life and something that I personally was able to overcome. Let's just get a little bit comfy. So about 5 months ago, I had the privilege of marrying my best friend. And best friend is important here because that means that yes, I indeed was in the friend zone. We were great friends before we ever started dating, and for most of that time, didn't even think twice about taking our friendship to, you know, the next level. And I think it's safe to say that I was the one who developed feelings way before she ever did. So yeah, I was in the friend zone, but thankfully I managed to get out of that. In my opinion, a relationship that stems from a friendship is one of the best types of relationships that someone can have. Because you guys were friends to begin with, you already know a lot about them. You know what they like, what they don't like, what makes them laugh. And most importantly, you know if they are someone who will be compatible with you and your personality. And with that said, I'll go ahead and share a couple of tips with you guys on how you can free yourself from that dreaded friend zone. So this first tip is probably the most important on the list that I have. And that is, you need to stop being weird, shy, or sheltered.
I've missed you.
When you're around her. In fact, you actually need to be the opposite of that. You need to be the best version of yourself, the most outgoing version of yourself. You know, the fun, lively side of who you are. It's strange, and I've been in this position before, but when you like a girl who is also your friend, you can have this tendency to be careful. You got thoughts going on in your head like, oh, I don't know if she'll think this is funny, or I don't know if she'll like it if I do this or if I do that, and it can really be crippling. So here's a good way and something that I did to help with that mentality of being a little bit careful of not being my true self. Think of your closest guy friend or your best friend, you know, someone who you can be yourself 100% around. The way that you act with that person is the same way that you should be acting with the girl who is your friend who you like. And I know this kind of sounds weird because what I'm basically saying is act like a friend to get out of the friend zone. But here's what I'm getting at, because women have like this sixth sense about them. They can tell instantly when a guy is being themselves fully and when a guy is holding back a little bit or putting on some kind of front. Either holding yourself back or putting on a front, that's going to create tension. And if that continues, I can guarantee that you'll lose the chances of turning that friendship into something more. At the end of the day, with this tip number one, whoever you are around your best friend, be that same person around this girl. Because when it comes down to it, it'll only work out if she likes you for you anyway. Not a fake version of you who tries to censor your behavior when you're around her. My second recommendation is laughter. Ho ho ho. Laughter is the key to a girl's heart. The more that you can make her laugh, the bigger chance you have of her falling for you. And here's the thing, you don't have to be the funniest person in the world. You don't have to go out and recite a couple jokes that you want to tell to her later. And in fact, I wouldn't recommend that. Again, that makes you look like a little bit of a tryhard. But you gotta remember, you're already friends with this girl. The fact that you're friends with her means that there's qualities about you that she finds attractive and that makes her want to hang out with you. And that means that even if you don't think that you're the funniest guy around, chances are there's a couple humorous qualities about you that she personally finds funny. And that by itself is so important for you to just simply remember. Remember that she enjoys your presence, let that build your confidence up, and allow that to help you make her laugh. Third tip, connect on topics that you guys have in common and spend a lot of time talking about those things and doing those activities. The nice thing about having common ground is that it gets both people excited. It gets you excited, you enjoy it, she enjoys it. You're both having a good time. It takes pressure off of trying to figure out what to say, and better yet, you avoid that dreaded small talk. How's the weather outside conversations will not get you very far, I can promise you that. For example, Dinty and I were both in university studying media. We both enjoyed media, and therefore a lot of conversations that I would start would have to do with movies, photography, editing, stuff that we both enjoyed talking about. And this might seem kind of obvious, but the truth is you can never really go overboard when it comes to shared interests, things that you both really enjoy. And that in itself helps to build a stronger bond. Right, for this fourth tip, this has to do with starting to show that you take extra care in her. And that is, remember special events in her life and remember special events that you guys have done together. For example, an obvious one is her birthday, or maybe the day that she graduated. either high school or college, or any other event that she personally considers special in her life. In addition, things that you guys have done together, like that one time you worked on a group project and she got paint splattered all over your new shoes. She was really sorry about it, but she ended up laughing it off in the end. You know, I think you get what I'm trying to say. If you bring these kind of events up and take the extra effort to let her know that you remember, this shows her that you really just care that much more, and even if it's on a friendship level, you know, you're invested and you care about her, and that'll be important to her. And finally, the hardest part of it all, chances are at some point you're gonna need to let her know how you feel, and see and hope that she feels, you know, has the same feelings back for you. When it comes to choosing the right time to let her know how you feel, you should hope for the best, and if you follow some of the stuff in this video, I think that your chances will be a lot higher. So yeah, hope for the best, but as always with any kind of risk, be prepared for the worst as well. Here's the thing, a lot of guys stay in the friend zone because they're scared of what will happen if they get rejected. But here's my question, is staying in the friend zone and being in love with this girl who you are so close to, but yet you're so far away from, is that really better than being rejected? That, I guess, that kind of depends on you, but for the most part, I would say no. At some point, you'll need to find that extra courage, say things how they are, say how you're feeling. And like I said, if you do everything in this video, then chances are you'll be getting pretty good results. I was in the friend zone with a girl who didn't even think about a relationship, and I managed to turn that completely upside down. Today we're married, as I mentioned, and I couldn't be happier with how things have gone. With that said, I'm hoping for the best for all of our friend zone brothers and sisters out there. I believe in you. You can do it. And I'll be seeing everybody next time.